Thanksgiving is usually associated with the Pilgrims, but that might not be what's happening. That might not be what Thanksgiving is really about.
Updates Isabel Garcia gives us the top 5 myths about Thanksgiving.
The Thanksgiving holiday has its traditional story with the big turkey feast between the Pilgrims and the Indians. Throughout the years, other stories have surfaced, many of them completely fabricated. HistoryNewsNetwork.com has compiled a list of the top 5 Thanksgiving myths. Coming in at number 5, the grand entrance of the Mayflower at Plymouth Rock was a stunt pulled by townsfolk to attract attention. The actual landfall took place at Provincetown. The number 4 myth is that the Pilgrims ate turkey. No one knows for sure if the traditional foods were served. The only definite meal was deer. Number 3 on the list is that Thanksgiving was about religion. The Pilgrims would have never tolerated festivities at a religious event. Actual Thanksgivings were religious, were affairs where everyone spent the entire day praying. The number 2 myth is that Thanksgiving was about family. If it had been, the Native Americans would have never been invited to join the Pilgrims. And the number 1 myth is that the Pilgrims held the first Thanksgiving dinner. Texans actually claim the first holiday in America, saying it happened in 1598 when Spanish explorer Juan de Onate landed on the banks of Rio Grande. Others still proclaim that Virginia had the first Turkey Day 2 years before the Pilgrims' feast. This has been The List. I'm Isabel Garcia. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Still to come on Temple Update. In sports, the Temple basketball team loses a player to injury. And Temple Greek Life competes in a stroll competition. One Temple Update continues.
Hello and welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Rudy Mezzi. I'll tell you why you can't spell turkey without TU and why next year's NFL draft could have a little cherry and white in it. But we start with some bad news from the men's basketball team. Senior forward Craig Williams will miss 4 to 6 weeks after fracturing his left foot during practice. Williams, or Boo Boo as is known by his teammates, was just cleared to play after surgery on his right foot, so this injury is a major setback to his rehab. However, Williams will certainly be rooting on his teammates as they take the court in the Old Spice Classic in Orlando. And you can catch all those Old Spice games on ESPN2 or ESPNU. Check your local listings. As for all of the televised regular season games, there's 13 of them. Some big ones include their next home game against Georgetown on ESPN or ESPN2, an away game at Villanova, who Juan Fernandez handled last year. That's on December 30th on ESPN2, and a game on the road against Duke on February 23rd on ESPN2. But you can catch all the home games at the Liacouras Center, and hey, if you make a funny sign, you might get to be on Temple Update. I'm serious. And while the fans are thinking about a bowl game, players are thinking about a bowl of cranberry sauce. After their heartbreaking loss to Ohio, some representatives of the football team made several stops delivering full turkey dinners to homeless shelters around the city. Coach Al Golden was quoted in saying that this gracious act will serve approximately 500 people in the Philadelphia community this Thanksgiving. And before this year, Philadelphia fans were used to seeing the number 5 grinded out at Lincoln Financial Field. But since then, a new number 5 is catching the eye of not only fans at the Link, but NFL scouts too. I was at the Link to find out why one Temple Owl could be playing for much more next fall. Meet Jaquan Jarrett. If you hadn't heard of the senior free safety, his coach is happy to fill you in.
He's tough. He's our leader. He's the best tackler I've been around. He's smart. He can run the defense. He plays good force. He defends deep balls well. He's a very unselfish kid and a good student on top of all that.
And if that's not enough, Jarrett is projected to be selected in the 2nd or 3rd round of the 2011 NFL Draft. Jaquan is a player who takes pride in being a leader, and that shows in his goal for each and every game.
Just stick together as a team, play each and every game as hard as we can, and try to come out on top.
And while he's not concerned about the postseason just yet,
I haven't really thought about the bowl game since we still have another game at hand.
This criminal justice major seems to be more concerned with keeping his teammates in order.
Just got to make sure everyone be safe, get their rest, hydrate, and make sure we're in class tomorrow.
Even at a crucial point in the season, Jarrett is still focused and ready to play.
Unfortunately, we didn't advance to the MAC championship, but we still have one game at hand, so we just got to stick together and make sure we go out here and attack it every day.
And even though his future is bright, for the moment, Jaquan Jarrett is just enjoying being an Owl.
I haven't really thought about it yet. I still have 2 games left in my college career, so I'm just going to try to enjoy it.
In his last home game as a Temple Owl, Jaquan Jarrett had one huge pick. And in April, We'll find out if he'll be one huge pick for an NFL team. And hey, since Thanksgiving's coming up, they gave out bibs at the game last week.
Rudy, I don't think that's a bib. I think that's a rally towel for the fans.
Oh, well then I guess I can use it twice this week. Go Owls!
Thanks, Rudy. And now it's time once again for the Update Music Trivia Question of the Week.
Here's Dan Koob.
When you think of Thanksgiving, you don't typically think of music, but there is one song that truly captures the essence of being around family, eating lots of turkey, and falling asleep during the second football game. What well-known celebrity wrote and performed the hit comedy tune, The Thanksgiving Song? Is it A, Adam Sandler, B, Bill Cosby, or C, Dane Cook? I'll be back in 60 seconds with the answer. And the answer is A for Adam Sandler. The Thanksgiving Song is not your typical holiday classic, but still manages to capture all the great aspects of Turkey Day. This has been your Music Trivia. I'm Dan Koob.
And now with this week's entertainment report is Samantha Anderson. She's here to tell us about a new exhibit at the Tyler School of Art.
This is one to check out. Thanks, Liza. Lead Pencil Studio, a Seattle art and architecture collaborative, is stopping by the Tyler School of Art starting on December 1st. Architecture project sketches will be displayed in the Temple Gallery. These sketches do not depict actual building ideas, but projects meant to question what is actually possible to create in this man-made world. The 6th annual stroll competition, hosted by Gamma Phi Sigma fraternity, was held on November 19th. Fraternity and sorority members competed through a series of strolls and dances. Proceeds went to the American Cancer Society in the name of Ramon Baez, a member who passed away from a brain tumor this year. Hollywood has come to Philadelphia to shoot the thriller Safe, starring Jason Statham. The movie surrounds a former elite agent sent to rescue an abducted Chinese girl. Filming first started in the city at the end of October. Broad Street was a recent stop on November 17th. Anyone interested in seeing the real-life movie making will have until December to catch a glimpse before filming ends. Baritone David Tahir displayed talent at Rock Hall as part of a master class. He performed a complicated aria from Mozart's Don Giovanni. But instead of performing with the full orchestra and a full cast of performers, Tahir just focused on his vocal range with award-winning American bass baritone Eric Owens. With this hard economy, it is hard for Temple students to find jobs. One student took it into his own hands to make money. Updates John Mailer has more.
Meet Dave Haller, a junior advertising major here at Temple University. Haller operates his very own t-shirt company from right inside his bedroom, just a few blocks off of Temple's campus. Junkyard Philadelphia launched this past August and features a style that Haller designed based off what other people were wearing.
I don't get what people would pay for some of the shirts they were wearing, and then I just kind of worked with that and kind of made shirts that I would wear.
Haller puts in work every day of the week and is constantly coming up with new ideas.
I'm always kind of like, even in class, I'm not really paying attention a lot, so I'm drawing and working on stuff.
I don't know, anytime I'm wondering where he is, I know he's up here drawing or doing something up here.
For only $15, students can buy one of these shirts created by a fellow Temple student. By doing so, you can log on to junkyardclothing.com. Shirts are folded and packaged up just a few feet away from Haller's bed, and then either shipped out to customers or hand-delivered to people who can meet up with him on campus. Haller has big plans for the future and plans to launch a new line in December called Glow in the Yard.
I just gotta get a job outside of shirts to save up and keep Junkyard, but make more of a less, I don't know, specific, like more general kind of company.
Obviously, he's pretty creative. Look at this. And I just can't wait to see what he has to show next.
Reporting for Temple Update, I'm John Mailer.
Those shirts look really great. I might have to buy a few.
I was thinking the same thing.
Thanks, Sam. A town called DeLand, Florida wasn't a good place to land for a skydiver. Al Griffiths, a 40-year skydive veteran, made an 18,000 feet jump, one he's made hundreds of times. This time, he drifted off course and instead of landing at a DeLand Municipal Airport, Griffiths and his parachute landed in a pine tree. He was physically injured, but his pride was a little bruised. Thanksgiving may be this week, but a Staten Island neighborhood is already sick of turkey. It seems that turkeys have invaded the New York City, blocking traffic and wreaking havoc on their yards. Residents think the wild turkeys moved in because of the abundance of seeds, nuts, and berries in the neighborhood. Others think some people may have been feeding them. Well, that's all for this edition of Temple Update. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter and watch the show on TUTV on Comcast Channel 50 and Verizon Fios Channel 45. Well, for Liza George and the rest of the Owl Sports team, I'm Josh Filomeno. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.